proteins.
It's okay. It's
That
okay.
was so stressful.
I know. And I was hoping you weren't super stressed out, but I'm like, no,
Just
we'll
a
just,
little bit. I
yeah.
felt like a millennial mom trying to figure out her phone. That was a little humbling for me.
I gotta say hi to the Waxahachie peeps on here real quick though, because I'm from Waxahachie and they're on here, so I just want to say hi to y'all. Oh goodness, yeah, I made Mr. Bandad made an appearance, and I didn't know he would even do that. So now we know that apparently he can do that.
Yeah, Justin, for the future, live broadcasting can be turned off. It's in
Okay,
your settings. I learned that
okay.
out.
But I'm glad that, I mean, I hate that you had to do that, but I'm also glad that we figured it out because there would have been
Yes.
someone else. So,
It's kind of funny because I'm going into social media for college. So maybe I need to know these things.
yeah, it's funny. Where are you going to school at?
So I'm actually a junior in high school. So
Okay.
I'm only 17. I go to Siegel High School. I'm from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So the Nashville-ish area. But yeah, I'm still in high school. I have one more year and then I'm gonna go to college where I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, when I was 40, I got my master's in strategic communication, which is a lot of social media. So
Mhm,
I waited a long time to do that, but I mean, and my day job is communications, but this has been a
mhm.
hobby and I actually use it. So it's been
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. We'll have to connect about that later. Let's dive
Yes.
right in because I want to know all things all age and everybody else
Yes.
does too. Um, tell me. Well, okay, I did promise Carly or Marley I would ask you this before we got in. Marley from Crown wanted to ask you what your favorite drum corps meal was.
Okay, so at CV we provide our own food for ourselves unless we're like touring or something like that. But sometimes they'll provide snacks, and I think I ate maybe over 40 Uncrustables last season. So my go-to meal was like an Uncrustable, like five Slim Jims, and a brown sugar cinnamon Pop Tart. So unhealthy, but it got me through block.
That's very niche, but
Yeah, no
those don't
one
go
like
together.
it's so random, but I loved it.
If you're getting the protein and getting the carbs and, whatever it
Exactly.
takes. Yeah. Tell us what is an all age drum corps?
So, all age, everyone's like, so you march with old people. And sometimes, yes, that is the case. But all age is basically world class and open class, but just on the weekends. So we only rehearse on weekends, and occasionally we have like a mini camp over the summer where it's like 4 days where we rehearse our show. So it's basically world class core, like drum corps on the weekends.
I love that. So that's probably way easier to fit into your
Mhm.
everyday life.
Yes.
Why did you want to go that route as opposed to maybe a traditional all summer long drum corps?
So there's a lot of backtracking to this story. So I originally play tuba. So that is my primary. And I broke my foot in 2022. Have never been able to march. It's a whole thing. I auditioned for drum major, didn't make it, and I auditioned for Music City actually in 23 to play tuba. Broke my foot at the audition. That was a
What
whole
did what
thing.
did you do?
I left.
No, like
Just
how did you break it?
I was dancing in my kitchen. I have it on video if anyone ever wants to see it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I broke my foot dancing in my kitchen. Always dreamed of doing drum corps. I've been watching it since I was in third grade, and so I've always loved it. And then I found conducting because I was like, I can't march. I'll just try out for drum major at my school. Didn't make it. Was like, try marching for the third year. Didn't happen. Got put in front ensemble, and then I came across CV, and I was like, I want to try this. And my dad actually was like, we should go audition. And so I auditioned with my dad. We marched the whole entire season together. I made drum major without even being a high school drum major before. So it was
I
just like
love that.
something new to me. But we marched last season together.
Now, had your dad marched at CV before, or
He had not.
okay, had he marched since high school or college?
He marched 1 year with the Florida Guardsmen before they folded that 1 year that they marched. And that's when Crown was an A60 Corps. And so they were their competitors, and that was way back in the day, like
Yeah.
1990 something.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome that y'all got to march together.
Yeah.
I know when I talked to, um, goodness, Carbonell, what's his first name? The BD drum major. He had
Yes.
marched all age with his mom before
Yeah.
he did that. So, I love it. What does the CB in Atlanta CB stand for?
So it most people think it stands for Claire Vanguard. It does not. It stands for Corps Vets because when people age out from Corps, they're a vet and they come to CV, so we're Atlanta Corps Vets.
Okay, okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Um, I love that you say it's just on the weekends and you're able to fit it in. So, what's that intensity like on those weekend rehearsals? Like, how hard are y'all
Yeah.
going?
We rehearse like crazy. It like if a rep can be had, it's happening. Um it's like we say like we only have weekends. Every other drum corps has all these days over the summer, and we only have those 2 days once a week. So we're really like moving as fast as we possibly can. That's why we start our season in November, and then we have a camp
Oh,
every like at least two camps every month
okay,
to
okay.
try and get our show on the field, get our music memorized, so we can just hit the ground running once it hits the summer.
I mean, because y'all look so polished. I wouldn't, think that just on the weekends, but having started that early, yeah,
Mhm.
you're getting those hours in early,
Mhm.
so you're still clocking it. That's really
Yeah.
cool. Um, how far away do people come from to rehearse with y'all?
Um, I think our farthest last season was 8 hours. I could be wrong, but we have people from like Florida. We have people from Tennessee. I'm a Tennessee person, so I drive at least 4 hours for rehearsal.
Mhm.
We have people from, of course, Georgia and Alabama, and South Carolina and North Carolina are big. Like people drive hours to come
Wow.
march.
I mean, you have people that love marching and then they think they
Hmm.
never will have a chance again. So it's worth it if you get to
Yeah.
do that. So is the rehearsal all day Saturday, part of Sunday, to get people home, or how does that work?
Hmm. So, what our rehearsal schedule like? Once summer hits and school is out, it's Friday nights, Saturdays, and then Sundays we end at 5 p.m.
Okay.
So it's just like we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then sometimes over the summer we'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays
Okay.
if
Okay.
we're really just needing to get it cleaned and those kind of things.
How many contests are y'all going to?
I think we're going to 7 this season,
Okay.
including Indy. And then we have 9 shows in total. We have 2 home shows, like our preview shows.
Okay. And so you say you're responsible for your own food. What else are you responsible for that you would normally get with a touring with a drum corps?
Really, it's just food. Like
Okay.
if we're on tour, last season, we were in like Hoover, Alabama for like 2 days, and they got us Moe's and they got us Chick-fil-A for breakfast. And so that's like when we have a thing called mini tour where we're gone for 10 days. And so that's when like it's like world class drum corps. You're
Yeah.
gone for those days. But the
Are,
rest of it, it's just
are you on
normal.
a bus? Or are you in your own car? Okay.
Yeah. We always ride buses to competitions.
Okay. Let me check the chat real quick and see if you had any questions. Oh, Siegel Band Mom's checking in from the watch party. Hey, Emily. Hi, Emily.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so fun. Let's see. Oh, Mela wants to see your dancing video where you broke your foot. I don't know if I can watch that. That might make me like, okay, have hours. Let's see. What's her role? Yeah, she's the head drum major for Atlanta CB. Okay, let's see where we were at. How easy is it to start out with an all-age corps? So you sort of led into that because that's where you started,
Yeah.
but from your experience, like, what's that like?
For me, I was so scared to start. I genuinely was like, I almost didn't audition because I was just so scared because I was like, oh my goodness, like all these people have probably already marched before, and there's going to be so many like competitors. And I was like, I don't want to go. And my dad's like, just show up and try. Like, it doesn't hurt to try. So I did. And it made me realize how easy it is to start with all age because you still get to go to your band camps. So you can be in leadership roles and those kind of things. Because that's
Hmm.
one of the reasons is since I was going to be a drum major at high school, I couldn't
Yeah,
miss band camp. And
right.
so I got to go to band camp and I got to do drum corps and I still got the same experience. And I highly recommend it to every high schooler. Like, you get to have your whole summer. So if you want to work and save up, you can work. You can do fun things over the summer while still getting to do what you love.
What percentage would you say the fees are? And I'm not going to make you say any numbers or anything, but is it like half the cost of a regular drum corps?
I would
Like,
say it's about half. Yeah.
okay, okay. No, that's so neat.
Yes.
Um, let's see. I don't want to skip any of these questions because there was so much I want to know. Oh, what is the age range right now, if you know, of Atlanta CV?
As of right now, I think our youngest member is 14 and our oldest is 49. I want to
Okay.
say, I'm not sure.
Uh-huh,
um,
uh-huh.
but we have a variety. I'm actually the youngest on my drum major team. So that's just kind of how crazy all age works.
That's so
It's like,
fun. I don't remember which corps it was last year. I was watching one of the all age groups, and there was a lady in the front ensemble, and she had a head full of glitter hair. I mean, like, the silver glitter hair, and, you could tell it maybe hurt a little bit to stand there. And I was just like, I don't know how old and she's been doing that, but you tell she loved every minute of it,
Mhm.
and it just looked so fun. She was having so much fun.
I'm gonna air my dad out here. He might hate me for this, but he was our oldest member last year. He's 54, so he marched Contra at 54. And I was like, that's insane. I can't even march in high school. So I don't know how you do it. But that was just like, it's so cool how all age works.
I love that so much. Did he um did he play that in high school as well?
Mhm.
The same. Okay, okay. Oh, instruments. Do you bring your own instrument?
CV provides our instruments. So we have a trailer and they bring the trailer wherever we're rehearsing because sometimes we don't rehearse at the same high school every weekend.
Hmm.
So they transport our instruments and everything, and we have core horns and everything.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, and you've already talked about what the season's like compared to other corps. Okay, so you talked a little bit about your musical background. You played tuba, didn't get to march. Did you play concert tuba in junior high, or when did you start playing?
I started on trombone in sixth grade. And then seventh grade, I moved to tuba, and I've been playing tuba ever since. So I'm still like in high school band. I still play tuba for concert and everything. I'm in our wind ensemble, and so I still do that every single day on top of drum corps. But yeah, I love I love tuba.
The female tuba players unite. I know y'all are a special little bunch. So
Yes, I'm the only girl in our low brass section, so I hear some crazy things being said.
yeah, y'all have those arm muscles too, because y'all are throwing those things around. I don't know how y'all are doing that. Um, so you're a junior right now,
Mhm,
and I know it's a little early and plans change, but what are you kind of thinking about college-wise? I know you said you want to go into social media, but
mhm.
are you looking at any schools in particular?
Since I'm from Tennessee, UT, of course, that's like the school of Tennessee. They have like one of the best social media programs. I'm not sure if I'm gonna march in college yet. Depending on what my foot doctor says about me being able to march and those kind of things is kind of hard to like weigh that because you can't like normally start off as a drum major in college.
Yeah,
So just seeing how that would work is
yeah,
a big thing. I would love to keep marching in college, but I'm still, of course, gonna do like drum corps
yeah.
after school.
That's great. It's so fun as a parent to have college band kids. My oldest has already graduated from
Mhm.
college, but going to those games was so fun. And
Yeah.
my youngest son will be in a college band again this year. It'll be a lot smaller, but I'm looking forward to it because it's just so fun. Um, okay, we have a question here from Jason. He says, "How did you get over your fear of trying out?"
Honestly, the fear sometimes just doesn't go away. You just have to do it. You might still be scared, but use that like scaredness as motivation. Like, I'm scared to do this, but it's going to make me a better person and it's going to be make me a better musician. And that's what I tell everyone. I'm like, it cannot hurt you just to audition. Like, an audition camp will grow you as a person and a musician so much that it doesn't hurt to audition.
I love that. And it's that way with everything in life because
Mhm.
it's not going to hurt you to do it. And yes, it's scary, but you do kind of have to channel all those
Yeah.
endorphins that are rushing through to try it. Um, let's say somebody is still within the age range of a conventional core.
Mhm.
What would your reasoning be to be like, hey, you need to just give an all age group a try instead of,
Yeah.
maybe being gone all summer?
I know, like, college students are doing drum corps and that's the age range of it. And college is hard. Like, you're changing through all these seasons and it's very expensive to march drum corps. And so with our cheaper tour fees, it's so much like easier financially and it's not so draining on you because you only have those weekends and then you have your whole week to rest and get ready for that next camp and really prepare yourself instead of being like go 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 all summer, but you're still getting that drum corps experience for a little cheaper and you're not as it's not as like taxing on you.
I would guess you also throw away fewer amounts of clothing because there's not not as much
Yeah.
gross stuff in bags for weeks on end. I don't know.
Yes.
Let's see. We have a question. What is your problem in memorizing and getting nervous during performing?
I think like my like most nervous like the thing that happens the most is tears. I hate tearing. It's just like it stresses me out so badly. Luckily, I was not in charge of that last season. Our head drum major Gabe did all of that and I was just kind of following him. But that's probably like my biggest like fear this season is just tempos and tempo changes and making sure the ensemble stays together. And
Yeah.
getting over that is really hard, but you just got to trust your gut. And my biggest tip on like memorizing your music is listening to it. It needs to be your favorite song. If you cannot sing your entire show from memory, then you need to listen to it over and over and over again. Like, I listen to it in the car, in the shower. Sometimes I listen to it before I go to sleep. I'm constantly listening to our show music.
So you're humming the songs before the season's even midway through, like you're. I remember,
Yes.
like laying in bed at night after having gone to so many shows and like my kid's show just running through my head, running through my
Mhm.
head. It's the earworm that doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Um, okay, other than, the timing of just going on weekends and the lower price, what are some of the other perks of being in all age?
I think with all age, it gives me like being younger in all age, it gives me so many mentors. Like, there's so many people from past seasons, like last season, that are older than me that I can be like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I look up to you and you can give me good advice about this. So help. And I just think, oh, sorry, my light turned off.
So,
I just think that it creates like a different sense of a family because when you're in like world class and open class, it brings like you're all the same age. But when you're in all age, you have so many different age ranges that you can become friends with so many different people that are in different stages of life.
Mhm. And having all those mentors is so nice, knowing there's people you can lean
Hmm.
on. Um, have, and I don't want to make you speak for anyone, but have the older members ever like voiced frustrations with just like, oh, this guy's just not getting it together. Is it hard for them? Is it harder for them to kind of just keep their comments to themselves since, maybe they want to help people that are starting to learn and then they've already had so much experience? Like,
Yeah,
is there much of a dynamic like that?
a little bit. I think it's just when you're tired and you're on that field, sometimes comments come out that you're like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I don't really think that happened too often last season. Maybe I was always on my podium, so I didn't really hear anything. But yeah, I think we all get along. I think we're all there
Right.
for a reason, and that's our biggest thing is like at
Yeah.
CV, how we do one thing is how we do everything. I say that every rehearsal. And it's like, we're all here for the same reason. So we're all going to put the same amount of work in.
Let's see if we have any other questions. I thought I saw something. Um, oh, I play the trumpet and I have to try out and I'm second trumpet and I haven't seen these types of nope. I haven't seen these types of notes before, high notes, and I'm nervous. I guess you probably get some types of music that you've just never been
Mhm.
familiar with. Like, what kind of advice would you offer to someone in that situation?
Oh, I don't know. Um, for tubas, the parts are normally really boring until you're given like runs that you're like, I've never played this before. I'm kind of scared right now. We're actually playing a piece like that. It's called Melody Shop. It's a march. It's fast. I'm playing 16th note runs and I'm a little stressed out. But I think just like starting slow, learning those notes, getting it in your head, and then speeding up the tempo and really practicing that is what always has helped me. If it's all state auditions, those kind of things, just knowing the music. That's my biggest thing. If you know the music, if you can sing the music, you
Hmm.
can play it.
Hmm. Um, Monty's asking, what was your favorite part of the show last year? Also, shout out to the top hat in the back.
Yes, this is actually our show hat last year. I don't know whose that is. I didn't get one last year, so I definitely stole that one. Don't know whose hat that is,
Somebody
but
has been looking for their hat and now they know who has it.
you're not getting it back. I think my favorite part of the show, I loved Act 4. It was at 164, I think, and it was in 6/4, and we were doing focal plane, which is very hard to do, but it's the part of the show where we're talking about how the Mad Hatter actually goes insane. That's like his first part of being like insane, and I just love that because we had just a beautiful ballad of like where is my mind, and it's just beautiful, and then they're going crazy, like our low brass is literally like dancing onto the field. It was so cool. I love
Yeah,
that
that
part.
was a good part. I did enjoy that part. Good night, Jason. He has to go practice. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you talked about that already. Do you work then in the summer? You know, when this is going
Yes.
on? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
um I'm paying for drum corps as most people do. So I worked at Chick-fil-A for a year and a half, which was great. I love it there. um
I do love some
but
Chick-fil-A. I had some for lunch today, so
yes, very popular. But yeah, I'm working this summer on top of CV, on top of band camp, on all of it.
do you take any classes in the summer at all?
No, thankfully.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, oh goodness, there was something else I was going to ask. What else am I not asking about all age? And if y'all are joining and y'all are watching, I'd love to get more questions, maybe of things that I've not covered about all age, because this is just so fun to me. Do you happen to know, Lydia, how many all age cores there are that are out there?
I think this year that I know the ones that are going to, I think we have 12 this year, 13, between 12 and
Wow.
13.
Okay.
So there's, yeah, I think we just added two new cores. We added Minnesota Brass, and I can't remember the other one. But
There was a Sam Sport all age group that's I think marching as an all age core
yes, I
this year.
think, yes. Um, so I think I think 12.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Phoenix or something like that.
Yes.
That, okay. No, that's so neat. Um, we've got a question. What are you looking most forward to this season?
Okay, I think I'm looking most forward to our Dunwoody 4th of July parade, and that sounds so weird. Most people hate parades, but we do that parade with Spirit, actually. And
Love it.
I'm best friends with the Spirit drum major, Emma. And so I went to Januals this last January, and I got that experience, and it was so amazing. And we were like, what if we met up after the parade and had like a 4th of July hangout? And then we all had block that night because we are still rehearsing. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's a great idea. So we're going to try and plan a little meetup between cores and have a little Spirit CV Atlanta core kind of hangout. And I'm looking so forward to that. I love that part.
I love that. Hey, I need to shout out to TCU percussion. Go Horn Frogs. My kid's a TCU graduate, so glad to see y'all on here. Um, Sophie asks, what's your favorite DCI show of all time?
Okay, this is like really niche, very like not many people are like, why is that your favorite show? Blue Coats 2022, Rifts and Revelations. I love that show. That was my first year going to finals, and I saw that show, and I have a shirt with the guitar player on it. I'm actually like obsessed with him. I have a sticker, I have a Crocs charm. Like, I love that show. I could sing the entire thing. I've listened to it that much.
I love that. So now I need to go see what he looks like and figure out who that is. I don't remember what he looks like. Um, Tyler says, it will be my first time doing marching band this year. I will have to try out for an instrument in front because I don't want to march snare or tenor. I'm kind of nervous. What do you want to say to Tyler?
Nerves are good. If you're nervous, you're gonna do your best. And that's just like that was my thing. I walked into my first audition shaking. Like I was so scared. And I conducted a piece that like people were like, "Why are you conducting that?" And I was like, "I don't know, but we're going to go with it." And I conducted it and I did okay, I guess, cuz I got a contract.
Love
But
it.
yeah, the nerves help you. There's a difference between like actually being scared and just your heart racing a little bit.
Yes. And there's been some scientific research on that too,
Mhm.
to lean into that a little bit. So
Mhm.
your body's just prepping you for it.
Yeah.
Do you know, does Atlanta CB have any openings still? Which I'm imagining since y'all started a while back, maybe no, but
I think we have some brass openings in like more of the high brass area. I'm pretty sure. I think we have tuba spots. I know that for a fact. We have tuba spots open.
okay, so if you're a
Um,
tuba player and you want to march all age,
March
now's your
CV.
chance.
Um, but I'm not sure if we have
Okay.
any. I think we have some high brass. I'm pretty sure we have some high brass.
Okay.
I would go look on the website or email our directors.
Well, I mean, that's hopeful because sometimes people are like, no, we have zero
Yeah.
spots. Okay, I'm trying to scroll through all this real quick, make sure I don't miss anything. How do you handle conflicts within a leadership group?
That's a good one. We had a few. I don't think we had conflicts during CV season, but at my school we had a few conflicts. I mean, it's high school. We're all high schoolers. We're
Yeah, you're gonna
stressed.
have
Yeah.
conflicts.
Yes. Um. One thing we did is our drum majors. We made all of our leadership just sit down, and we're like, "What is going on? How can we resolve this as a team and not just each individual person?" And that really helped it. It's like, again, we're here for a reason. Let's all get along so we can get our jobs done, kind of thing.
Right,
And like, let's resolve this now so the conflict doesn't happen again. And I
right.
just think communication is the biggest thing. Don't ignore the problem.
Yeah,
If you ignore it,
everybody's got to
it's
be on
going to
the same
grow.
page.
Yeah.
My mouse is acting weird. I said, no, there was another question on here. Guess I missed it. There was something else I was gonna ask you. Any other fun stuff that people need to know about all age that I haven't asked about?
Oh, I don't know. Hmm.
Hold on just a second. Hey, Mr. Bandad, you just glared at me. Do you have any questions about all age that you've always wondered?
Who's the oldest?
I did ask that question. Last year it was her dad. Oh, he wasn't listening, y'all. So rude. He wanted to know who the oldest person was. It was her dad. Do you think your dad will march again sometime?
I think so. I think he'll march in the future. Yeah.
Love that so much. That gives me hope. Like I was never in marching band at all.
Hmm.
I'm like, well, if there was one around me, I guess hypothetically I could try to learn something and do that. But what is your favorite CV or just general marching band memory?
So we have our horn sergeant. His name is Zach Bigham, and we called him Zach Burger all season. Don't know how this came to fruition. There was like a whole story behind it, and one of our baritones, he was a baritone player in our horn search. And so one of our baritone players made a like picture with his face. He's a band director. So his like school band director picture and a burger next to it. And I was like, I'm going to make shirts. So we made Zach Burger shirts. Didn't tell him we were making these. Full ensemble happened. I took off my like other tank top that was over it. And then like half the baritone section had him on. And he was like, what is this?
I love that so much.
And so we called him Sergeant Burger. And then at the end of the season, they got him a jersey with burgers all over it. And it said burger on the back. I love that memory. Like, we still call him that to this day.
It's so
But
fun.
that was one of my favorites. And then on the way to finals, we have another baritone player. And he brings a crock pot and cheese and chips and makes bus queso. I love the
Okay.
bus. Love the
Okay.
bus queso.
That I didn't know bus queso existed, but
I
I'm
didn't
game.
either.
Any special ingredients in it, or is it just regular queso?
I think it's just regular queso, but it was so good. Like, we're
Okay.
driving up Mont Eagle in like Chattanooga, like right outside Chattanooga, eating queso on this big bus.
Is I have so many questions, but I just
I
don't know.
Me too, and I'm in the court.
That's so funny. Oh, okay. I was going to ask, well, do you know? No, that's not. I need to know. I need to just, someone's asking about groups in different states. I'm going to have to do some research on that and probably make a post about
I
that. So
probably should too, honestly.
yeah, if you want to help me throw something together, that would be great. Um, Tell me, what kind of rules are there? Let's say I'm a super paranoid mom that doesn't want my 16-year-old girl marching in a corps with grown men or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up a scenario. What type of like rules do y'all have as an all age with minors and adults and things like
Mhm.
that that maybe might help with some parent minds at ease?
Yeah, we're very strict on like that aspect of it because we just don't want anyone to be uncomfortable, kind of thing. That's our biggest thing. And so showers are over 18. We have over 18 times and under 18 times, and they cannot conflict like at all. We make sure they don't like at all. Like, that's the drum major's job. So we will open the door and be like, is anyone in here? And then we let them shower. For
Mhm.
sleeping, we sleep guys on one side and girls on one side, and then we split it by the gym over 18 and under 18. And then drum majors sit in the circle for 30 extra minutes to make sure that nothing happens and everything is running smoothly and everyone's staying in their areas. But we make sure like there is a line. And last year we stayed at a church where there was a separate area that they could put the girls. So we were upstairs in like two separate rooms, over 18, under 18. And then the guys were downstairs, fully separated by a whole gym. So
Sounds like they've got it down to a science,
yeah,
honestly.
we're very, very strict about it.
Yeah. No, I that's neat to know because I'm sure people have wondered what that's like.
Mhm.
Just even if they're not worried about it, just like, how
Yeah.
does that work? So, okay. Um, Anything you want to add before we wrap up that are just some fun facts about Core or you or if you want to shout out to anybody?
Yeah. I think I don't know.
It answered a lot of my questions because I had
Yeah.
so many questions.
I there's a like last year, I'm just still thinking about like the 4th of July parade for some reason. But many people like hate parades. I don't understand it. We had a great time and it's in Dunwoody, Georgia. And like all age is so fun because you can just do whatever you want after these kind of things. Like last year, a group of us went to IKEA in Atlanta, and then we lined the field, and then we went to go get dinner at like a place downtown. And it
Love
was
that.
so fun. Like, you are so like you get to have this family, but you get to do so many different things. Cause
It
like,
sounds like it's less stressful. Like I know it's structured, but it sounds a
yeah.
little less stressful.
Yeah, it's a little less stressful, but like on like the weekdays, you're kind of like, oh no, what do I have to prepare like
Mhm.
towards the thing? Like, we talked about this at Januals, like this anxiety of like drum corps and all those things. And I
Mhm.
was always like, oh, you get the week off. Like, how are you not stressed? But then you're like thinking about, we don't have much time. I'm stressed about how hard we're going to work this weekend and those kind
Yeah.
of things because we don't get as like extended breaks or anything because we're really, really working at it.
Right. Do you feel like physically it's harder for your endurance to build up since you're just going so hard a couple times on the week, or what are you doing during the week to kind of just make sure you're able to keep up?
Yeah, I think since I was so involved, like I'm in marching band in school too, that like my weeks were kind of like I'm still going. Last summer was on like a tennis kick. I was playing tennis. I can't play tennis at all. So bad at it. But I was playing tennis every night just so I could get
Hmm.
moving, getting outside. Like that's the biggest thing. Heat acclimation, like on your off time and those kind of things, like working out and getting outside is so crucial because you're not building up that endurance as easy as other cores.
I I'm horrible at anything hand-eye coordination and pickleball. So my husband is so into pickleball, but when I go play with him, my cardio, I run a lot. My cardio is like through the roof pickleball compared to when I run. So it is like, I
Yeah,
don't know, maybe that's a way to get it just spiking and over down. I don't know.
you would think
Um,
if someone who played softball for 6 years would have good hand-eye coordination. I don't have good hand-eye coordination at all. Like, can't play tennis, can't play pickleball.
my
Neither.
husband told me it was because I was closing my eyes when the ball was coming at me. I'm like, well, maybe that's part of the problem. I don't. So next week we're gonna have two Blue Stars drum
Mhm.
majors on here. We're gonna have Maddie and Jolie. So you get first dibs at any questions that we want to ask them when they get on.
Yes. Okay. So we know we get on the bus and we're so exhausted after a show and you just want to go to sleep. What is their, like, I want to know what their ideal sleeping arrangement is. Because mine is personally the floor. I love the floor. Best sleeps of my entire life are on the floor, like the bus floor. Um, but yeah,
I'm
funny
cringing so
story
hard
about
right now.
I have a really funny story about me and Jolie. After Januals this last January, we were on the same connecting flight and it got delayed so much. And then we ended up moving seats just so we could sit by each other. Like there was like three drum majors sitting next to each other. It was a great time, but we were just so tired. We all wanted to get home.
I bet. That's exhausting. No, you talk about sleeping on the floor. I have chaperones, all these high school trips, and kids will sleep on the floor. And I'm always, what I tell them is, I'm like, you just walked into that public restroom on that floor and then walked onto that, and you're laying on that bathroom floor is what you're laying on. And they're like, ah, but that's all I can think of is like gross
Yeah,
bathroom germs. So y'all are
even
probably
hearing
not as
that,
gross though.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm so exhausted. I really don't care at this point. I'm like, I just need sleep.
That's fair. That's fair. Gonna go hard.
Yeah.
Lydia, this was great. I'm sorry you had
Yes.
some technical issues, but I'm so
It's
glad you got
totally
to hop on.
fine. I'm so
Um,
glad I got to be on here.
yeah, and if I've got a couple more people lined up, and
Hmm.
then we're probably going to take a break in the summer. It might be hit or miss, but if you do have any other drum major friends that I need to be
Hmm.
chatting with, send them my way. So,
Yes.
um, all right. Well, you have a great evening, and
Thank
thank you
you
everybody
too.
that hopped on tonight.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.